The story of the Chevy Nova begins in the early 1960s, a time when American automakers were fiercely competing to capture the hearts of a growing young generation. Chevrolet saw the need for a compact, stylish, and affordable car that could appeal to a wide audience without sacrificing performance. Thus, in 1962, the Chevy 2 was born, and within that lineup emerged a name that would soon become legendary: Nova. The Nova started off as a sensible, practical car. It was lightweight, easy to drive, and came in several body styles including sedans, wagons, and convertibles. But it didn't take long for Chevrolet to realize the Nova had the perfect formula for performance as well. By the mid-1960s, as the muscle car era exploded across America, the Nova evolved from a simple commuter to a street machine capable of holding its own against bigger, heavier competitors. In 1966, Chevrolet introduced the Nova SS, short for Super Sport. The SS badge was not given lightly. Under the hood, buyers could opt for a potent V8 engine, and suddenly this compact car was transformed into a lightweight powerhouse. It wasn't just fast, it was nimble, understated, and surprisingly affordable. Enthusiasts quickly recognized the Nova as a true sleeper, a car that looked innocent but could embarrass much larger vehicles in a straight line. By 1968, the Nova had undergone a dramatic redesign. It now featured a more aggressive, muscular stance, with crisp lines, a longer hood, and a meaner face that signaled it was no longer a car to underestimate. The 1968-1972 models are considered by many to be the golden era of the Nova. With available engines ranging from a small block 307 cubic inch V8 to the legendary 396 big block, the Nova SS became a feared name on the streets and at the drag strips. The 396 equipped Nova could easily run with the likes of the Chevelle SS and even give Camaros and Mustangs a serious fight. The interior of the Nova matched its rugged performance. Simple yet purposeful, the cockpit was designed for drivers. Big, easy-to-read gauges, sturdy materials, and an available floor-mounted 4-speed shifter made the Nova feel raw and connected. There were no unnecessary luxuries to weigh it down, every detail was focused on performance and driving experience. Over the years, the Nova continued to evolve. In the early 1970s, as insurance rates climbed and emissions regulations tightened, the muscle car era began to wane. Chevrolet adapted by offering a range of engines, including more economical 6-cylinder options, but the spirit of the Nova SS lived on in the hearts of gearheads. Even as times changed, the Nova remained a favorite for hot rodders and drag racers, who appreciated its lightweight chassis and easy-to-modify engine bays. By 1975, the Nova had transitioned into a more luxurious compact car, available with upscale trim packages like the Lane and Concours. These models focused more on comfort and refinement, but Chevrolet never completely forgot the Nova's performance roots. Special models like the Nova Raleigh kept the sporty spirit alive, even if raw horsepower was no longer the main focus. The Nova nameplate persisted into the late 1970s, but by 1979, production ended. The Nova had left its mark, a car that began as a simple idea and grew into a muscle car legend. It embodied the best of American ingenuity, balancing practicality with performance, style with substance. Today, the Chevy Nova holds a special place among collectors and enthusiasts. Whether it's an original numbers matching SS 396 or a heavily modified street machine, the Nova's combination of lightweight design, powerful V8s, and classic good looks ensure it remains a beloved symbol of the golden age of American performance. Restorers painstakingly bring old Novas back to life, hunting down original parts, recreating factory paint schemes, and rebuilding roaring engines to factory specs or beyond. Car shows across America proudly feature rows of gleaming Novas, their owners eager to share stories of high school drag races, late-night cruises, and mechanical triumphs. Modified Novas are equally revered. Thanks to their simple architecture and strong aftermarket support, Novas have become a popular platform for pro touring builds, drag cars, and custom street machines. It's common to see a Nova with a modern LS engine swap, custom suspension, oversized brakes, and sleek interiors, blending vintage style with modern performance in a way that few other classics can match. There's something undeniably magnetic about the Chevy Nova. It's not just the looks, the sound, or the performance. It's the spirit. The Nova represents a time when cars were extensions of personal freedom, when the roar of a V8 could make you feel invincible, and when speed was a currency everyone wanted to trade in. It's a machine that continues to inspire new generations, a blank canvas for creativity, passion, and pure driving enjoyment. Even decades after the last Nova rolled off the assembly line, the legacy lives on. In garages, in restoration shops, at drag strips, and on city streets, the Nova's heart keeps beating. It reminds us that greatness doesn't always come from being the biggest, the flashiest, or the most expensive. Sometimes, greatness comes from having the right combination of power, simplicity, and soul. The Chevy Nova was, and remains, one of the purest expressions of American muscle. A car born from simple beginnings, forged in the fires of competition, and carried forward by the unrelenting passion of those who refuse to let legends die. It's more than a car. It's a movement. It's a memory. It's a piece of history you can still feel through the steering wheel, hear through the exhaust, and see in the gleam of polished chrome on a sunny afternoon. And as long as there are those who love speed, freedom, and the unmistakable rumble of a classic V8, the spirit of the Chevy Nova will never fade.